one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe simuka, chamisa chete chete. Kapinde hake mkomana. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai wo. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Harawa takambo zama kukia kia. Asikutonga nika akudikia. Mukomana ndia nekia. Yellow yashika banyaya tati. Yeah. Citizen Coalition for Change. New Great Zimbabwe. One people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe simuka. Chamisa chete chete. Kapinde hake mkomana. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai wo. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. Voterai. Voterai mkomana. Apinde. Apinde mkomana. 2023 kana movota. Voterai wo. Chamisa. Mazimbabwenzi kana movota. Mugo voterao. Chamisa. Voterai. Yao kana movota. Yao kana movota. Voterai. Kana movota. Yao kana movota.
Blessed morning, blessed afternoon, blessed evening, viewers and listeners joining us from ZimEye, Change Radio, Facebook and YouTube platforms. Welcome to our review of a couple of events that took place in the last few days. We're going to first take you through the story of the abduction of former Mayor Herbert Gomba and give you a few updates. Chief, can I hand over to you to greet the viewers and listeners and go straight into the crux of the day?
Good morning, Estella. Good afternoon. It's good afternoon over there. Good evening, depending on where you are. Thank you so much, Zimbabweans, those who are logging in, and of course, all citizens of the world. Thank you for joining us to this news review. But before we get into the business of the day, please, can we share this video? Let's share so that we can reach out to as many people as possible. We want to yellowise not only the nation, we want to yellowise the world. So let's share as we give you the latest of the yellow news, the yellow rallies, and the persecution that is going on to the yellow champions. We want everyone to hear about this. So please, let's share this video. Champion Barbara, welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you so much, Chief Shoshe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Zimbabwe, from wherever you are. Ilingabe lichona njani, lavuka njani, mthwakazi omuhle, emagumbini amane wonke omhlaba, maswera sei, mamuka sei, muri yeZimbabwe, tadzoka zvakare, Change Radio inokupai fresh news dzizere, nhasi tine nyaya dzakawanda, tine ndaba ezinengi kakhulu namhlanje esifuna ukuthi sizibambabambe, kodwa indaba emqoka esingayo namhla indaba ekameya oeHarare uHerbert Gomba, lo osenyamalele, ongabonakaliyo, bamthethe izolo. Ndiyabazi phela abafana labana bemoto ezingela ama-number plates, asazi ukuthi bamuse ngaphi. So lo ngumkhankaso wokuthi sikhulume phela, umeya aze aphume, bamuse ngaphi umeya. Let's demand our mayor. We are saying stop to know to these abductions. Why are they abducting the CCC people? It's not a fair ground. We want a fair ground. You know, ZANU-PF is at it again, Chief. This is merely a campaign that we are launching. Everyone must look for Mayor Gomba. Ngatitsvage Mayor wedu. We can't eat sadza. We can't drink without us knowing where our mayor is. ZANU-PF, where is our mayor? Thank you.
Yes, where is our mayor? We want Mayor Gomba back. You know, we need to amplify the noise. We need to talk about this. This is completely unacceptable. We can't have leaders, people, citizens being persecuted like this, and then we remain quiet. You know, being quiet is being complicity to the persecutions that are going on. So we at Change Radio, at ZimEye, we are playing our part in making sure that the world hears about what has happened to Mayor Gomba. From the information I have, Barbara, it's shocking. I've spoken to a number of people that are closer to Mayor Gomba, some of them members and family members of the family, and also family friends. So here goes the story. 11 men storm the house of Mayor Gomba in Glenora. As you know, Mayor Gomba is a candidate in that constituency. So they storm, they ask about where his whereabouts, where is he, you are hiding him. They threaten the children. Mayor Gomba was not there when this happened. It was only the children. And then when they didn't find him there, they went to the father's house. The father apparently stays in the same location, in the same locality as Mayor Gomba, in the same area of Glenora. They go there, they threaten the old man. They tell him to get out, Mayor Gomba. You are hiding Mayor Gomba, you are hiding him. And Zivan, they were very scary, you know. My face, unoto face yacho, unototanga utochka, kutoona kuti vanhu ava, they're up to nothing, not up to something. They were not police officers. They were not, any, law enforcement agents. These were, citizens. I mean, ordinary people, but that were up to something really bad. So Mayor Gomba was at the shops, and then his driver immediately after these 11 men came to the house. The daughter called the father. Baba murukuchagwa kuno varuma vakadai, and then to the father the same thing. Immediately when those people left, he obviously called his son so that he can find out what's going on. And Mayor Gomba, I think he was at the shops or shopping center. He had sent his driver to go and find out what's going on. And then the driver went home. I think, or now that's what the people are saying. On the way, they saw Mayor Gomba's car, and that's when he was abducted. So he was not abducted from home. He was abducted somewhere away from home, because they actually went to his home. They didn't find him. They went to the father's house, looked for him. They didn't find him. Now, what's the background of all this story? As you know, Mayor Gomba was accused of a plethora of cases with regards to the city council. I think he had about 7 cases at one time. And I think now he's only left with 1 case. All the other 6 have been thrown away. But because our media, the media is not in favor of CCC, nobody reports about that. They report about Mayor Gomba being arrested, but nobody talks about the 6 cases that have been thrown away, that have been seen, that have been found by the court to have been having no basis at all. These were just accusations, baseless accusations, unsubstantiated accusations to get Mayor Gomba out of council or out of his position. So now they've seen that those council cases that they've been trying to build are coming to nothing. They've come up with another case again, a case of arson, where Mayor Gomba and other councillors, Denford and other people, are being accused of having burnt a car belonging to a Mwonzora candidate who is contesting in these by-elections. Now you're seeing the connection. Now you're seeing what is happening. That is the burnt car. It belongs to a Mwonzora candidate contesting in the 26th March by-election. And as I've alluded to before, Mayor Gomba and Denford and I think it's Chikombo, they are all contesting. They are all in the by-elections, and Councillor Runyoa. But now ZANU-PF, because they are obviously working with Mwonzora or colluding with Mwonzora. Anyway, they are one. ZANU-PF is Mwonzora. Mwonzora is ZANU-PF. It's just maybe a question of ZANU-PF A and ZANU-PF B, but they are all ZANU-PF. So they're trying to destabilize the campaigns of these councillors so that Mwonzora can have an advantage, ZANU-PF can have an advantage. Arresting someone before an election, Mayor Gomba is supposed to be campaigning. Mayor Gomba is supposed to be, talking to the citizens, talking to the people in his area. But he's not doing that right now because he has been abducted. Now, I think you saw the article in the Herald where they were admitting that Mayor Gomba is in police custody. This is the jungle, the law of the jungle. What we are seeing in Zimbabwe is the law of the jungle. Someone gets abducted by unknown people, unidentified people, with an identified car, with nothing that resembles a law enforcement agent. Those people who were looking for him when they ruthlessly knocked and threatened the family members, they never identified themselves. They never said they were the police or law enforcement agents. They didn't. A person is abducted, a person is taken away, and then the Herald starts saying the person is in police custody because he has A, B, C, D criminal offenses. That's unheard of. That's not the way the law operates. You don't abduct someone to put them in police cells. The police must come and effect an arrest. It wasn't done. So now I don't even know whether he is really in the police cells because nobody knows. We have heard reports that his lawyers are trying to locate him. He hasn't been located. So Herald is in it again. They are with the Mwonzora. They are with ZANU-PF. So, folks, now we are seeing what's going on. We need to stand with Mayor Gomba. These things have happened before. Tawanda Mcheyiwa was abducted, and we couldn't find him for days. But we made noise. You guys made noise. You came out and made noise. Now, has it become so fashionable that we have come to accept that our leaders, our citizens, our fellow citizens can be abducted and we remain quiet? Why are we not hearing noise about Mayor Gomba? Please, wherever you are, make sure you're doing something about Mayor Gomba. We want Mayor Gomba back. We can't keep losing comrades like that. Let's make the same noise that we made when Joanna Mamombe, Cecilia Chimbiri, Netai Marova were abducted. That noise helps. That noise helps. If we remain quiet, it can be worse. It can be worse. So please, like President Chamisa said yesterday, do something. Wherever you are, do something. You are a vendor, do something about Mayor Gomba. You are in the diaspora, do something right now about Mayor Gomba. You are in Zimbabwe, you are, wherever you are, do something. Call your mayor, call your member of parliament, call your senator, do something Don't just keep quiet when someone has been abducted. I'm telling you, it can be worse. Back to you, Estelle.
Thank you so much for that in-depth analysis of the events surrounding the disappearance of Mayor Gomba. Leader Barbara, are you with us? Would you like to add a word? Encourage people to retweet or something to help ensure that Mayor Gomba comes back alive and in one piece?
Oh,
Looks
yes.
like,
I think
okay.
Chief Sosei has said it all. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we can
we
hear you.
Yes, I think Chief Sosei has said it all. It's now upon us, me and you, to do something about this disappearance. Hanzi namthembisi trunks sting sokwenziwe yini ireport emapholiseni. I-report ikhona emapholiseni ngoba kuqala bekuthiwa usemapholiseni kodwa kwabuya kwathiwa kakho emapholiseni. Amapholisa ayakwazi lokho, everything has been done, I suppose, but kodwa lokho engabonakali, lokho engatholakali kumeya uGomba. So kukimi lawe ukuthi sikhulume ngokudisappear kukameya uGomba. Ndandichithi tinofana kuita noise kuti if we keep quiet, Chief, more people are going to disappear. This is just a warning. And him being a candidate, it clearly shows that these elections are not going to be free and fair, because the free and fairness of an election, it starts with the campaigning period, the pre, and then during and post. So we can't judge, we can't base the fairness of an election with the results or with the voting process, no. So these are the issues that we need to bring out to the world. Tag everyone, tag UN, tag every country that you think might be important, essential, might want to know this, because ZANU-PF will always say they are not the ones that are abducting people, but it's them that are abducting people. ZANU-PF is in panic mode. It's panicking. They thought Kuti Nelson Chamisa was finished, but they're now seeing Kuti after this blooming of the flower yellow, they're now seeing Kuti the Nelson Chamisa is unstoppable. The citizens are unstoppable. The citizens are there now to claim their victory, and they know victory is certain. That's why they are doing this. Remember, there's also that councillor, what's his name, who was also abducted.
A councillor who was abducted. When was that?
I think we're done.
Was with silencer. You muted yourself, Leader Barbara. You're still muted. Citizen Bobsy, you're still on mute. Or maybe she's having network issues. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I think let's just respond to the call to act, so that we make as much noise as we can, so that everyone knows, the world knows that this is the ZANU-PF strategy. They want to win elections. Instead of campaigning, instead of talking to people, they are trying to minimize our candidates' conduct with the people, with the citizens. Everyone right now in Harare, they are in fear. I was talking to Councillor Judith in Kwekwe. She's not even in Kwekwe right now, yet she's supposed to be campaigning. A number of our councillors are in hiding as we are speaking. Most people don't even know, because they are being terrorized by ZANU-PF. And the sad thing is, these people are supposed to be campaigning. Now they're not campaigning. They're not doing anything. So you can see that this is a strategy by ZANU-PF to try and make sure that they win some of the wards or constituencies in urban areas. But we know that the people know their leaders. The people know who to vote for. And let's encourage our people to go out and vote in full force on 26 March, talking, speaking to our people, communicating with our people in our family WhatsApp groups. You don't know how much impact that has. I've seen it myself that I'll be talking to my family members in a WhatsApp group, and they don't even know what's going on. And they're in Zimbabwe, but they don't even know. I tell them about the rallies. I give them news about the rallies, before they even get to know about it. So sometimes because of, media, what's going on right now, the new world, you get information when you're in Portugal before someone gets it in Zimbabwe. You understand what happened during the coup. We knew about the coup here. We announced the coup. We talked about the coup before the people in Zimbabwe even got to understand what was going on around them. So let's take advantage of this new age of media and talk to our people and talk to our friends and talk to our relatives so that they all turn out to go and vote. It looks like Barbara is back.
Yes, she's back. There's a comment from Jason Mateo. He says the regime and its surrogates are desperate to survive. The citizens have totally rejected them. Yes, very true, my brother. They realize that the citizens have rejected them and they are running out of ideas. So out of desperation, they are striking out like a drowning person. But moving on, in recent days, there was also an attack on Fadzayi Mahere when she was coming home from church. She was attacked and her particulars were taken from her. Would you care to maybe expand for our viewers and listeners on what took place and whether Fadzayi Mahere is safe, if she has been able to recover her particulars?
Yeah, she is. Our spokesperson was attacked. I think Barbara will give us more information. They work together. She's a boss. But yes, as you saw, she was in Marondera yesterday. She's a fighter. Even after what they did to her, because what ZANU-PF is just trying to do here is to scare people away from fully participating. But she was out and about yesterday, irregardless of the persecution, speaking against the regime. They think they can shut people out. They think they can shut our spokesperson out. But that's not happening. People come out more determined than before. You heard what Champion Ostalo said yesterday in Marondera, that I would surrender to the citizens first before we surrender to ZANU-PF or to the police. That's the determination that our champions here on the ground are showing. But yes, our spokesperson was attacked. Barbara, I'm sure you can shed more light.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Chief. When she was attacked at a robot intersection, Chief, and these people, when they attack, they would want to portray as if it's just a mere thugs who did that. But we know ZANU-PF and it's shenanigans. We know that. They target the spokesperson because they know she's vibrant. They know that she delivers the correct message at the same time. The message that she delivers, it's well received by the people. She's just straight to the point. So ZANU-PF will attack whoever they think makes yellow go wild. And even the president is not safe. He's not safe, Chief. The president is not safe. Let's just guard our president, and let's be the ears and the eyes. And these people, they want Chamisa dead. Remember the SMICE that we talked about, Chief, to say ZANU-PF is the SMICE is a strategy, a political strategy that is used by dictators, or not only dictators, that are used by governments when they want to eliminate some powerful elements whom they think are a threat to their existence or the existence of their government. So, like when we were discussing about this SMICE, we said they've tried everything, as being sexual. They've tried to pin President Chamisa on sexual allegations. They failed, on money. They tried to hoodwink us using money, although kune wamwe wakawira. Some people fell off the road, but our president stood firm. He was not even shaken. So they use every tactic. The eye is the infiltration. We know we've been infiltrated by a lot of people, but the infiltration strategy has failed. And the C being the cohesion, they've tried to coerce the us West to still MDC alliance to force President Chamisa to join Poland, to force him to maybe to step down. They tried all this, the Douglas Mwonzora thing, the Harvest House. It was a way of coercing President Chamisa to bow down to this ZANU-PF shenanigans, but all failed. And then the last one on SMICE being elimination. This is where they are now. Elimination. They would want to eliminate anyone, especially the president. And they think if they eliminate the president, and then the opposition is eliminated. But this thing, God is in it. You cannot stop a wave. You can't stop a wave. When the time is there, you can't stop a moving train with your own hands. You can't stop an idea whose time has come. So these are the things that our spokesperson Fadzayi Mahere lost everything. Her particulars, particularly the handbag that was on the passenger seat. They took everything. But you know what? God is so amazing. I saw some people fundraising for Fadzayi's replacing the phone. They say they are going to replace the phone for the spokesperson. So these are the citizens that are coming together and trying to cover up the gaps that have been opened by this brutal regime. We thank God that she's well, she's okay, as we saw in Marondera, because this attack happened on Friday night when she was from church. So she is okay, she is well, but she's not safe. As we can see, she is a woman, a very powerful woman, and people like men, they are threatened by these powerful women. And on my statement, International Women's Day statement on the 8th of March, I highlighted that violence is the main barrier that hinders women from participating in politics. We have powerful women out there. We have brilliant women out there. We have intelligent women out there who can move the country, who can run the country, but they are scared. They are scared because they say Zimbabwean politics is not safe. Women have been abducted, tortured, sexually abused, harassed, left, right, and center. And I would want to congratulate all the women that are remaining and standing for this cause. They are risking their lives. Some have even risked their marriages, but they still stand on. They still stand. They soldier. They are so eager to bring independence to this country. And we also know that everything that happens, all the bad things that happen in a country, the economic meltdown, when prices go up, when fuel prices go up, when school fees go up, when you can't even buy a food, when you can't put food on your table, it's the women who bears the brunt. So women are very strong, especially women that are in politics. I salute them because it's not safe, it's not easy being into politics when you are a woman. So we say big up to Fadzayi Mahere. We love her. We say we stand with her. We are in solidarity with her, and we'll make sure that nothing happens to her. We are going to do everything to make sure that we protect her. Isn't it, Chief?
Yes. We stand with Fadzayi Mahere. We stand with all the women in politics. As you can see, Tachinja Regalia. Tachinja Regalia. Chelsea has just finished playing just now, and they've won their game. So now we go back to our usual regalia. As people know, this is actually very serious news. Chelsea Football Club has been sanctioned because of the owner's involvement in Ukraine. Abramovich is a Russian who lives in Ukraine, a billionaire, and he owns Chelsea Football Club. So now Chelsea has been sanctioned. They can't do anything. They can't sell players. They can't even sell new tickets. They can't sell the Chelsea regalia. I was trying to buy their yellow jersey just now because Chelsea apparently part of the yellow revolution. They have an away jersey that is yellow that I was trying to buy, but I couldn't buy it because they're not allowed to sell any regalia because of those sanctions. But anyway, moving on. I just convinced Barbara to come over to Chelsea because Chelsea is yellow.
What is the I mean, Chief? I told you that I don't support football. I don't have any team, but I'll just buy a jersey for any team that puts on yellow for the sake of the yellow movement. Even if it's at the bottom of the log, I'll buy that jersey. And so you then come up with this idea to say Chelsea has got an away jersey which is yellow. It's me who started this.
Yeah, you started it. Then I persuaded you into the Chelsea corner. Because we recruit. We continue to recruit everywhere. We're recruiting in Chelsea. We're recruiting in Triple C. We are recruiting.
So tell me, Chief. I think this is, since we are doing news review, I think this is quite good news that we are breaking about Chelsea. So who sanctioned? Who sanctioned the Chelsea? Is it the FIFA?
It's apparently it's the UK government. It's a departure from what FIFA usually does. They don't want governments to interfere with politics. You have seen it in Zimbabwe, where the government interferes with FIFA. They suspend a FIFA board or something like that, and then FIFA comes in and suspends Zimbabwe because they say the FIFA rules, constitution says no government must interfere with the running of any football club or football association. But we have seen it happening in the UK. The UK has interfered with the running of football, with the running of a football institution. It's not supposed to be like that. But I do support it, though. I do support it because people are dying in Ukraine because of a senseless dictator called Putin. And you can link that to ZANU-PF as well. Who advises ZANU-PF, obviously, is the Russians. The Russians don't care about people. They are killing people right now in Ukraine. Thousands and millions have fled Ukraine. Thousands have died. They're destroying cities. They're destroying livelihood. They're destroying people. They don't care. Putin doesn't care about people, just like Hitler didn't care about people. They just kill people just like that. The same thing that we see in Zimbabwe. People get persecuted. People get abducted. They even get killed because dictators don't care about people. So even though I'm a Chelsea supporter, I do support what the UK government has done, because anyone who is spilling blood doesn't deserve, the respect of people. So I don't understand why some people continue to support ZANU-PF because of the blood that they've spilled from the time of Gukura Hundi to the time the then Triple C, known as MDC, that time. I think we've lost more than 4,000 cadres since the formation of the party, and more people continue to die. I don't know why anyone would continue to support a party that is so much blood, that is spilling so much blood. It's unfortunate. Hans Abramovich anogara ku Ukraine, is that correct, Chief? So yeah, he is a Russian who stays there, who lives in Ukraine. He has business interests all over the world, but mostly in Ukraine and in Russia, and he owns Chelsea Football Club. He's a multi-billionaire, 55 years of age, but he has a lot of money. But now he has been sanctioned, and all his yachts, his assets have been taken away, or will be taken away eventually from him. But anyway, moving on, what's the next topic?
An interesting topic, Douglas Mwonzora rally flop.
Yeah. From the mother of all rallies that he tried to do in Highfield, you remember just before our big rally in Highfield, Zimbabwe grounds, Mwonzora had tried to do what he advertised as the mother of all rallies, which turned out to be the mother of all flops. And he continues, as you are seeing there. Those are some of the people, these people were
They were tired.
at a rally or what?
They'd been waiting and waiting for him to come and address them.
Yeah. And I'm sure they were buzzed from somewhere and they were tired,
Yes, there are those combis in the back there, a white minibus. They were transported there.
Oh my goodness! This is an embarrassment. This is a true embarrassment. And we said it a long time ago when Mwonzora started doing his shenanigans, that Mwonzora has just dumped himself into the political bin of our politics. And there he is. It's there right now. This man is now, a non-entity. He cannot go anywhere. He has been, swallowed in by ZANU-PF. Pachishona toti apedzwa. Haana kupedzwa nesu, apedzwa neZANU-PF, apedzwa naMnangagwa. He thought he could dine with a snake. You don't dine with a snake. Guruma. That's exactly what has happened. This man is finished. Finished. Barbara, Mwonzora.
Anzi, yes, Anzi, they asked ZANU, ZANU Ndonga to mobilize for them, and they were promised money. So chaka zobvondoka manje. So there was this letter that was written by a ZANU Ndonga, a member, who said this, Anzi, DSA, Anzi. Let me read the the letter. And the DSA, we have a star rally tomorrow and our SG is being abused and bullied to mobilize members without even sent airtime, no transport to bus in our members and supporters from Chimanimani to Harare. Zanu Ndonga was allocated 1.9 million RTGS. Out of that money, we have only received 1,500 eco cash. The rest of the money has been stolen. Please publish this injustice being done to the people of Zimbabwe. MDC Alliance is being destroyed by MDCT leadership. They are fighting each other and stealing money in order to position themselves better at their Congress. They are stealing and using the government grant for personal reasons instead of building the MDC Alliance. And we mobilized more than 300 people in Manicaland province for our peace national rally scheduled for sadly. We just told them kuti mari akuchisina. And thank you, Stanley Mutambwa. You know, this made me laugh. This letter made me laugh. You know, these are people. They were trying to. As Maria Kabiwa, I even saw a confirmation of the eco cash, which was sent by Morgan Comich. So this writer is saying, and we must let the Zimbabwe know this is what we are doing. We are letting Zimbabwe know that Mwonzora is just there for money and his leadership. You know, people are suffering. And I don't know why these people keep on following chief. They see that these people are thieves. They've joined the looting club, them looters, but they still follow them just like the ZANU-PF supporters. I don't know why do people put themselves in such a situation where they traumatize themselves with the things. I loved also when Witness Dube put a tweet to say Anzi Joker. He put some photos of the Mwonzora rally, and then he just said Joker. And then, you know, skilled labor. He said, if Joker kana akadai saka zvakadhakwa.
And Erisha M. Mwonzora is the 21st century clown.
Exactly. Let's move on. Otherwise, Mwonzora is now history. They thought Kuti Chamisa was finished, but Mwonzora is the one who is actually finished. And I think they are planning something, Chief, Pama by-elections. I'm suspecting something. But this thing, the Star Rally, they wanted to prove that Mwonzora is good people so that they can rig for Mwonzora. But what I know is people will vote and the people are going to decide. So I know whatever they are planning to do, God is in control. God knows what's also always. So they will not succeed.
Yes, like you said, God is in control. Mwonzora thought he could outsmart the truth, thought he could outsmart God, but I think he's learning his lesson the hard way. Moving on to the next topic, we're going to talk about the Marondera by-elections CCC rally, which was held on Saturday.
Yeah. Some people say there was no rally, but I still insisted that the rally was there. What is the rally? The rally is where people gather and they are addressed and there are activities around that rally. All those three things happened yesterday. People gathered in their thousands. And we want to thank the people of Marondera for turning out, in their thousands and just showing proving the strength of CCC in Mashonaland East, and in particular in Marondera. And activities were there, plenty of activities. People were singing and dancing. People had funny. You could see that citizens were happy. That's what we want. And that's also what President, I think there's some echo there.
Is it my phone or
I think
it's Chief?
No, mine is okay. Now it's okay. Whatever was happening is okay. And that's also what President Chamisa talked about, that we want you to be happy. We want you to be happy. People were happy. So eventually, the address came. President Chamisa addressed the people and, delivered a very important message that we are CCC. We don't have anything. We only have CCC. We only have the people. We only have the citizens. We have the hearts of the people. We are not a violent organization. We are a peace-loving party. So please, let's go home peacefully. Let's not be violent. Let's not do anything that the enemy, the police, or ZANU-PF can use against us. That was wisdom at its best. Because I tell you, ZANU-PF was ready. The police were ready. The malcontents within the police and the army were ready to unleash violence, and then that violence was going to be blamed on President Chamisa. I was with Dr. Mavaza, one ZANU-PF supporter in the UK, on a VOA program. He was saying the same things before the rally. That was the day before, that we are daring Chamisa to go ahead with that rally. You will see what we are going to do, So it was already premeditated that they were going to do something if we had just, stepped out of the, our normal way of doing things, peaceful way. And President Chamisa really showed that he's the father in the house. He's the grandfather in the house. Chibaba, chibaba, chibaba. By just telling people, let's be peaceful. Let's remain peaceful. Because, granted, if it was supposed to be, if there was supposed to be any noise, or if CCC was a violent party, those police would have been completely overrun with the multitudes of people that were there. And lastly, I've always said that violence begets violence. Peace begets peace. Emerson Mnangagwa is a violent leader. He speaks violence. The vice president, so-called vice president Chiwenga, he's a violent person and he speaks violence. So when the leaders of any political organization speak violence, the people that are below them, the members, and anyone else who believes in them, they also become violent. CCC is peaceful because we have a peace-loving leader who doesn't, believe in violence. And that's why we have a peaceful country. If we had a person who loves violence or who thinks he can take over power using violence, we'll be having a war in Zimbabwe, folks. I know people will be saying, let's do this, let's do that. I'm telling you, that one, we can't win it. These people have everything. We can't go there. It's like going into the enemy's camp, trying to fight a crocodile in the water. You can't win that battle. If you want to win that battle, take the crocodile out of the water and fight it out of the water. Don't go in the water. It will kill you. It will destroy you. Zimbabwe will be a bloodbath if we didn't have a president like President Chamisa. You saw what happened in Kenya because you are having senseless leaders. In Mozambique, and in many other countries where people have advocated for war. We have never been a party that talks about, using arms to take over power. We are a peaceful party, a party that respects rule of law, that respects the Constitution, even though the other side doesn't do anything like that. But I just like what President Chamisa did yesterday. It could have been, something else in Marondera yesterday.
Yes.
Let's hear what President Chamisa said.
In Marondera speech?
Yes.
All right, we left it up there.
And one thing, okay, while she brings that up, it looks like the police in Marondera were on the side of the people, And I think it's also because of President Chamisa doesn't condemn all the police officers. He condemns the malcontents in the police and in the army, and he praises those that do well. So yesterday I saw a police force that is leaning towards the citizens. So they get those illegal orders and they disobey them, and that's the direction we should take.
Yes. The video is ready. I can just
please go ahead.
Asi takaitirwa miepie nevasina mufaro kuti tiite zvinhu muchinyara munyara. Saka zvamunoona ndiri pano tatauya kuti tiadrese musangano wedu zvakanaka. Mapurisa anenge achiita basa, hatidi kuti murwe nemapurisa. Ndava kuna ari kuseri kwemapurisa. Munyika munomu mune dambudziko. Dambudziko riripo nderekuti hatisuda kuita mhirizhonga. Pandichakuudzai kuti toita sechibva pano, munhu ngaaite runyararo. Nokuti nzwisisai nyaya. Mutambirwi gwinya. Uye ramangwana tisi hurumende. Mapurisa achinjwe. Mapurisa anoramba ari mapurisa. Masoja anoramba ari masoja. Chinochinjwa ipati. Saka ndizwewo pano patichabva pana. Ngatitewo sevanhu vanoziva kuti zvinhu zviitwe murunyararo. Taenda kukoti nezuro, maloya edu akaenda kukoti. Majaji aifana ngariko kukoti akashayikwa usiku hwese. Maloya akapedza usiku akangomirira padhora jaji kusvikira nhasi mangwanani. Vazoendazve kuno kumasipeni. Ndokwati atiri judgment ichinzi inzwike kuti ngaita musangano murunyararo. Hatidi kumusangano wavo. Saka varamba kwataenda kukoti. Vati hazvigoni kuti muenderere mberi nemusangano. Tikadaiwa zvakanaka. Chitipai mukana ndinoudza vanhu kuti zvarambwa. Zvinozva zvarambwa ina ndide kuti politics dzemunyika muno dziruze upenyu hwemunhu kana hwani.
Yes, that was the president's speech from Marondera. Chief, Muripa mute.
Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was the president's powerful speech in Marondera, full of wisdom, full of maturity. You can remove that Douglas Mwonzora thing. It's making me want to throw up.
Yes. Let me take care of that. Oh, you might as well address a question. It addressed Kwamuri in the meantime. Leader.
Crispin Manando, I think you came late. We covered that when we started. That was one of our main news headlines on the review. The Mayor Gomba is still he has still not been found. As I said, he was abducted by 11 men. Those 11 men initially went to his house in Glenora and threatened his family. The mother was not there. They were only children, so you can imagine how they felt. And then from there, they went to the father's house in the same location in Glenora. And the father, was accused and threatened as well of hiding Mr. Mayor Gomba. And obviously, the daughter, Mayor Gomba's daughter, and the father, they all phoned Mayor Gomba, who was at a nearby shopping center, and they told him of what was happening. And then Mayor Gomba sent his driver to go and see what was going on. By the time the driver came back, I think those alleged abductors, the 11 men, unidentified, driving an identified car, then abducted Mayor Gomba. So up to now, he hasn't been found. The Herald has reported that he is in police custody, but his lawyers have not found him yet, as far as I know. And why would someone who was abducted by unknown people with an unknown vehicle end up in a police in police custody? It just doesn't add up. If that is the way people are being arrested in Zimbabwe, then we don't have a law enforcement anymore. We don't have a government. We don't have a law enforcement. We don't have anything as far as we are concerned as citizens. If people are just being picked up like that. So we were urging before you came, my brother, that let's make noise about Mayor Gomba. Let's do everything possible to make sure that the world knows that a mayor, and who is also a former mayor, who is also a candidate in these by-elections, he has been abducted. And we know why they're doing that, because they want him not to be campaigning and doing what he's supposed to be doing. And apparently, they're saying he's now facing charges of arson, coming up with some cooked up charges on Mwonzora's candidate, whose car was burnt. For all we know, it could have been burnt by ZANU-PF people, and now they're just blaming it on a number of Triple C councillors. And incidentally, all those people that are in hiding as we are speaking are candidates in the 31 March, in the 26 March by-elections. So you can see the strategy here. So that was just a recap on Mayor Gomba.
Yes. Thank you, Chief, for addressing that question. And before we move on to the next topic, I would just like to give a short analysis or comment on the Marondera rally. One thing that I liked about the way the incidents that unfolded there. When the riot police arrived and 2 tankers were deployed to disperse the people, the one thing I liked is that people were resilient. They were defiant. They didn't, they were not scared anymore, because we are coming out of a season in Zimbabwe where people didn't dare to gather at all for political reasons, or even just to voice concerns. Like, people were being arrested for merely pointing out that their salaries are insufficient. And so people had become too scared to stand for their rights. But I saw yesterday people challenging some of those riot police officers and asking them, why are you not allowing us to hold our rally yet? MDCT holds its rallies, and ZANU-PF, they hold their rallies without any problems. In fact, they don't even need police clearance to hold their rallies. And there were pictures of the ladies who were taking photos in front of the riot police. Clearly, people have reached that point where, they will not be intimidated anymore. Things are that difficult that they understand that we just have to stand.
You know what? You know what, Estella? When you say that, my sister and my young sister, they live in Marondera. So
Yes.
my young sister's son is a youth, he's a first-time voter, and he's so excited, by this CCC. He goes to every meeting, so he even slept in the stadium. And
Wow.
even when the mother tried to say, no, don't go, he said, no, I want to go. This is the zeal that is in our children. If we teach them right, if we show them that we are in this mess because of ZANU-PF, they will do anything for CCC. So when they heard that the tankers were coming, my young sister phoned the son to say, please, can you come this side? The tankers, the riot police are coming. Please, Ibaikoko, we are kuno. You know what he said? He said, and this we are koko.
That is excellent.
He refused. He refused because he was so motivated by those youth that were defiant, the youth that were challenging the police. So he was amongst those youth. I even saw him, the photos. He even came out in those photos. I could even identify him. Then I was laughing to say, this this guy is now into politics.
Yes, it's excellent because we're coming out of a time when young people would be proud to say andite politics, andite politics. So it's excellent that we are moving into a new season where our young people are now conscientized and they see and they understand and they actually have the zeal to take part and to chart the path of the future of their country. And yeah, and I too was very happy, Nezuro leader Barbara, when I was watching. I was cheering them on, even though they couldn't hear me from behind the screen.
I think what has happened now, people have realized that if you say, I don't do politics,
Exactly.
politics will do you.
It will do
You know? And, yeah, a lot of people have been done by politics,
Yes.
especially those people in the church. They are politics is, politics no we eat. Politics no we eat.
Until you wake up and you realize that there's no way out.
Yeah, because we buy from the same shops, we buy from the same shops. When the price increase, they increase for everyone. Those who do politics and those who don't do politics. When we stand in the queues, the long queues for the bank, we all stand in the long queues for the bank. Those who do politics and those who don't. When there's no money in the banks, there's no money for everyone. There's no money for those who do politics and those who don't do politics. When we are driving through the potholes, we are all driving through the potholes, those who do politics and those who don't. So, we just have to do politics.
Yes.
All of us.
Everyone. It's something we should teach in schools that, you have to do politics. Kana kutoti munhu ngaende kujeri kana asingade kuita politics, just to get the message through. I understand there's a country where if you don't vote, and Australia, somebody told me that Australia, if you don't vote, you go to prison for that. I don't know how far true. But another thing I observed is that some of this zeal is actually coming from the attacks by ZANU-PF on the citizens, really. Originally, people thought these attacks were on MDC, and they would always be like, MDC, would I say MDC, should I? But people are starting to understand that, MDC is just the mouthpiece, the representative. That's why it looked like they're the ones who are being attacked. But actually, the attack is on the citizens to suppress the citizens and to oppress them. So I was very happy to note that the harder ZANU-PF tries to oppress, to suppress, to terrorize, the more determined the young people are becoming to stand up for their rights. So it's like ZANU-PF is in a place now where whether they do or don't, it's a runaway train which cannot be stopped anymore. people have been conscientized, they have been mobilized, that now they are on the move. So if ZANU-PF attacks the citizens, it just pours, fuel to the fire. And if they don't attack, then people realize that, so if when there is a rally, you don't need to be scared to go because they are not going to attack. So now they are in a position where whatever they do, CCC is, it's moving and there is no turning backwards. And that was one of my favorite highlights from yesterday's, from the Marondera rally. But if we would like to move on to our next, yes, and last topic, yes, the Beitbridge by-elections campaign rally. You're welcome to take it on.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Gentlemen.
Hakuna izvozvo. Ladies first kutaura.
I'm a gender champion. I'm a gender champion.
You know what I used to do when people will pretend as if they are agenda sensitive to say, my ningi tinamatireyo. When it's prayer, it's always my ningi. But when they want to choose leaders, they'll say Baba Ningi.
Nasi, it isn't the Turuku fighter for gender equality, Chief. We are fighting for your rights to go first.
Okay, no problem. So Beitbridge. I want to thank the people of Beitbridge. They turned out. I think estimates are putting the numbers for that rally at over 40,000. We have never seen a rally in Beitbridge attracting so many people. So no wonder why no wonder why ZANU-PF is panicking, because what they are seeing today is not what they expected. They thought they finished President Chamisa and they've finished the party, but it's completely different. It looks like every persecution, everything that ZANU-PF is throwing to the CCC, it's actually fueling people to want to be involved more. And in particular, the change of name, the color, this is what is called a joker. Spokesperson wa Mwonzora. This is a joker. This is was a deal breaker for ZANU-PF, because now we have a momentum that we have never had before as a party. Everyone is involved. It's similar to that momentum that friends we had at one time during the Pastor Ivan time, when people that were never involved in politics just came up. It's the same, but it's doubled. It's even more. It's bigger, because this has touched everyone. Even people in ZANU-PF are saying, we now want to join CCC. I've heard them speak. People that were not involved in politics, that didn't want to hear anything about politics, you are seeing them wearing yellow. I've seen my friends, I've seen my relatives, the one who used to say, Chief, we are always on social media, they are always going on about this part of yours. It was a part of yours. Now they are in it. They are wearing yellow as well. So this is a revolution. People were talking about a revolution that the citizens need to rise up. The citizens have rose. The citizens are rising. The citizens are showing that they are in control of the path. And thanks also to this new ideology of putting everything on the citizens. It has become an ideology, and it's huge. It's big. I'm telling you, 5 years, 10 years from now, other African countries will be coming to Zimbabwe to start this new ideology and even copycat it and replicate it in their countries, because this is it. We've talked about it before. That when during the 70s, Chimurenga, with the likes of the real heroes, Josiah Magamatongo Gara and Nikita Mangena and all those other true revolutionaries, they were talking about people. They were saying power to the people, Masimba Kuvan, Masimba Kuvan. You know, Taizhinzwa isusu ne Radio Maputo ya Radio Zimbabwe broadcaster from Maputo. The key word there that galvanized people was Masimba Kuvan, Masimba Kuvan, Masimba Kuvan. Even in my early days, Mgabapinam power, my early 80s, Gorere Masimba Evan, Gorere Masimba Evan. They all realized, those people, that there is power in people. Even in South Africa, you hear about Amandla. Amanda, you know, they're talking about the power to the people. You know, Amandla means power. You know, in Uganda, we had the same thing where, you know, people were at the center of everything. You know, that people, they have power. Their slogan is people power, people power. You know, and this is something that we used to do. It's not like we never used to do. You know, Dr. Richard Morgan Tsvangirai used to have the big tent. And now the big tent has been evolved into something bigger. It's no longer a big tent. It's now a very big bus. It's now the whole country being told, let's come together, you know, and, you know, everything is in your hands. That is what we are fighting for. We want you to have powers. We want you to have more powers. Not when we get into power. No, now people, citizens have been put at the center of everything, at the center of, you know, any decision making. And then even when we get in, that's the same ideology that is going to be working. And I love it, because what it means is people will be in control of the factors of production. People will be at the center of distributing or the factors of production, our natural resources, and everything that we have, you know, and everyone will have a piece of that cake. Not what we are seeing now, where the factors of production are in the hands of a few individuals, and the national cake is being enjoyed by those that are around Emerson Mnangagwa, those that are in ZANU-PF, or those you know, that are new down to Emerson Mnangagwa's family. You know, President Chamisa has made it very clear from the onset that it is the people that will be making those decisions. And it's important. I live in a free world. Here in America, the American government doesn't just go out and get loans from anywhere. Even if they want to borrow from their central bank, they have to consult the people. They have to go through Congress, and it's a big thing. For the American government to borrow money within, it's a big thing. I think you have seen sometimes when people say, here they say the government has stopped working, you know, because they won't be agreeing, the Republicans and the Democrats will not be agreeing on the government borrowing more money. In Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa just goes to Russia, he borrows millions. He goes to China, he puts the country in debt. Now we have a local debt of over $12 billion. And I ask you, where did that money go? Where has that $12 billion that ZANU-PF has borrowed, where has it gone? Nobody knows, because this government is not accountable to anyone. It's not accountable to the citizens. The citizens have no say. He is not supposed to go and borrow money first before he consults Parliament, he consults the people of Zimbabwe. So when we come in, it will be the opposite. The people have the power, and the people can hold the politicians to account. Politicians no longer have any power. You are seeing it right now. We don't have any power as we are here. We don't even call ourselves chairpersons. We are champions. You know, all the power is now with the citizens. Power has been taken away or devolved from politicians to the people. And this is what is making all these rallies, you know, break records, because people are resonating with this ideology. So once again, thank you to the people of Beitbridge.
Leader Barbara Wadona. Yes, I totally agree, Chief. This ideology of centralizing politics on the citizens is pure divine wisdom. Ndosvakanakira kuita president anotya Mwari, because it's logical that munhu ukamurespect, ukamukudziridza, they willingly hand over power to you. It's the same relationship between a parent and children. Children willingly hand over power to their parents because they learn to trust. They understand that my parents are doing everything in their power for my good. So it's easy to, to hand over full power over yourself to your parents. So when politics places citizens at the center of... Yes, Leader Barbara.
Can I come in? I think my phone is acting up. Then you'll finish off. Maybe yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I don't know what's happening to my phone. Phone here anyway. I just wanted to say. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to say, the Beitbridge rally today. There's an echo.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I was saying, Kuti, inini, ndafarira message ya president to the people of Beitbridge. The message was that of voting or registering to vote. Registering to vote and voting. And, I also liked the way President Chamisa did it to say, are you ready to vote? And then the people said yes. Said, are you registered to vote? And then people said yes. And then he said, hands up those that are registered to vote. And it was quite a large number of people that confirmed that they were registered voters. And then he also asked them to say, do you know there are by-elections on the 26th of March? And then they said yes. And they said, are you going to vote on the 26th of March? And then people said yes. And by so doing, I concluded that, this time, this by-election, 26 March, I don't think there will be too much voter apathy. People are ready for this election. And, these rallies that the president has just held in different places, the people has been energized and conscientized on the importance of voting. And there's someone who said in Belgium is compulsory, voting is compulsory. If you don't vote, then you are penalized. I think when yes, it's Hazel Jensen who said voting is mandatory in Belgium, and if you don't you don't have a valid reason for voting, you are fined. Yes, and I think, Chief, these are some of the policies that we need to adopt in a new Zimbabwe, so that we won't have problems of people who stay for long in power and who don't want to produce. They will be thinking they are small gods. These are I wish we could write our own policies, maybe write down the good, all the good practices that we are seeing in countries where we stay. And when I registered to vote here in the UK, Chief, I felt very great because they wrote me an email confirming my registration, and also they wrote me a physical letter. I have that letter to say I'm now a registered voter, and the letter goes on to say I must not lose my right. They were saying I must not lose my voting is your right. Don't lose it. By not losing it, they're saying I have to vote. And they said they're going to tell me of all the elections that are going to come up so that I can go and vote. And also, if you're a registered voter here, your credit rating, it goes up. If you are not registered, then and you want a loan, voting, being a registered voter is used to assess your credibility. So I think these are the things that we need to copy if they are good. Apa takuda kutogadzira nyika yekuti tisazonetsekana mangwana. The citizens, we have to state everything that we want to see in a new Zimbabwe. So the people of Beitbridge, they were electric, and President Chamisa also said in his speech that Beitbridge is a border town. And a border town must look like a border town. And it's like now, Beitbridge, I don't know now, but when I used to go to South Africa, I used to to be ashamed of my own border post, because it was like it's a rural setup, or it's a country where there's war. It was not, you could not even compare it with other borders. International, even our airports, Chief, you can't even compare them with one or Tambo airport. That's why we are saying Kuti, this CCC will bring in new vision, new policies, smart policies, where we are going to have smart everything, smart agriculture, smart farming, smart education, which is e-learning. We are going to have all sorts of things. So it's up to an individual now to say which way do you want to go. It's like in the Bible, anzi uda kusarudza nzira yauri uda kufamba nayo, uda kuenda kugehena here kana kuti uda kuenda kudenga. So I think you also have a choice here. Do you want a smart country, or you want a dirty country, an old country that is full of potholes and full of all the bad things and the that you can think of? So the Beitbridge rally, honestly, like if you look at all the rallies that we have done, we know we are improving on each and every rally. And I can't imagine when we are going to do the launch of the CCC. Remember, these are only the launch for by-election. I can't imagine, and I can't even imagine the venue that you are going to use for the CCC launch, Chief. I'm just scared to say, will we manage to host the whole of Zimbabwe and the whole? I know some people from even outside Zimbabwe, they will attend that launch because it will be historic. So I don't know whether we will manage to get a venue that will accommodate all those people that will be wanting to make history, to attend the inauguration of the CCC party. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leader Barbara. Samam Mistara Zurupindrana ne comment, yeah, Bruce Malunga, and this kind of support to a party that is 2 months old. Imagine what will happen until 2023. Just 2 months old, and Marali CCC are lit like that. Now just imagine, as we go towards the 2023 elections, what is going to be like. People are becoming bolder and more confident and fearless. Saka victory is guaranteed. There is no way, and besides, God is in it. 2023 is our year. The signs are there from the history. Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Patagatora independence, and now we're following the same order. Malawi, Zambia, now it's our turn, Zimbabwe. And this, the way this new baby was born, it just blindsided Mwonzora na Nezanu PF, and the people just received it with open arms. It was amazing. But I just see the hand of God in everything that's taking place in Zimbabwe right now. even my analogies anopiwa nevanhu between the story of Israelites in the Bible, and even the irony of Chiwenga saying I am Goliath. That was so funny because Goliath was this huge giant, and David was just a shepherd boy, hardly a man, who challenged this huge giant, and he ended up defeating the giant. And for for Chiwenga, the giant general of Zimbabwe, to come out and declare with his own mouth that I am Goliath. And so you can see this is where this is leading to. Can even my prophecies Apostle Chiwenga vakapa, I don't know, it was that 7 years ago, vachita foretell kuti a young person who was not yet 40 at that time was going to rule Zimbabwe. So yeah, from my perspective, I completely see God's hand is in everything that's happening in Zimbabwe. So my encouragement to you, my brothers and sisters, is nguva yekutyaya yapfuura. This is the time of faith. Kana president vakazvitaura vakati we must stand in faith. God rewards faith. Abraham, he became the father of all nations because he was faithful. He stood in faith. It's our turn now to demonstrate our faith in God. God has already given us the signs to show us, Kuti, my hand is in this. The signs are so many. And now it's our turn to demonstrate that we believe what he said. We believe that he keeps his word, and to stand strong in faith. And if we do that, victory is already given. It's already guaranteed. I'm already excited as if takutoshika kuna 2023, Chief. I can't wait.
Yes, everyone should be excited. It's exciting times. It's history being made. And all of us, we are part of this history. We are making history. We made history by becoming, the first members of Triple C, and we will make history again by being the first members or champions that will usher in a new government in 2023. And like you said, let's remain faithful, but of course, or above all, let's trust our leadership. They know some things that we don't know, obviously, as leaders, and they will make decisions using that information that we are not privy to. So let's just not go on social media and start attacking our leaders. They are there for a reason. We trusted them to make some decisions. Yes, important decisions. They have to come to the people, but there are decisions that they have to make as leaders. They have to take responsibility. And there are some decisions that have to be made in the turn of a moment, just like that. Like what President Chamisa did yesterday. Nobody expected him to address people, but he ended up addressing people anyway. So let's do this. And as I do my final remarks to this program, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Please, let's remember to do something about Mayor Gomba. Tweet, retweet, share. On Facebook, share everywhere where you see something about Mayor Gomba. Start your own comment, do something. Just don't not do nothing. If you are in the diaspora, call your member of parliament, call your senator, call your mayor. Just talk about it so that the world knows what's going on. In fact, we should begin to see demonstrations everywhere, because this persecution has to be amplified. We need to let the world and the region know that this is unacceptable. What ZANU-PF is doing is unacceptable. We need our political space. We have by-elections, and in any by-election, any political party that is participating should be given time to campaign, should be given space to talk to the citizens. So if we are not being given that space, we need to let everyone know. We don't want to cry after the damage has been done. Let's make noise right now. Thank you. We'll meet in other programs as we go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, our viewers and listeners, for joining us for this review. And as we go, we would just like to remind you to ensure that all the people you know have been registered to vote. And just to remind you of the voter query, for the voter registration query toll-free number that you can call for free inside Zimbabwe to ask any questions to do with voter registration. It's scrolling across right at the bottom of the screen. The number is 08080219. And we'd also like to remind you to check if you are already a registered voter, check on the voter's roll to ensure that your name still appears and your details remain intact. They have not been tampered with. Well, we are going to conclude this live stream with a short clip, an extract from President Chamisa's speech in Beitbridge today, where he was encouraging citizens to register to vote. Chief, would you like to... Oh, Leader Barbara, are you there? I think Leader Barbara might not be available at the moment. Mm-hmm. Chief, would you like to say something before I flight that short clip?
Oh, no, that's fine. I think the last message we should all speak in all our programs is let's register to vote. Those who are in Zimbabwe, those in South Africa, you can still travel to go and register to vote. If you can't, you are here, you're in UK, you're in the USA, please make sure your folks, your relatives, your friends and family are registered to vote. Give them incentives, do something so that they are all registered to vote.
Yes, thank you so much for that reminder, Chief. So without further ado, let me bring you the President's speech from Beitbridge this afternoon.
It's now quiet.
Is it quiet?
Now it's okay.
Okay, let me restart the video then.
It's okay, let it play.
Yeah, Citizen Coalition for Change, New Great Zimbabwe, one people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, simuka, Chamisa chinde chete, Rabini hake mkomana. Voterai mkomana, abinde, rabinde mkomana. Voterai mkomana, abinde, rabinde mkomana. Voterai kutonganika kudikia mukomana ndia nekia yellow yashika banyaya tatu. Yeah, Citizen Coalition for Change, New Great Zimbabwe, one people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, simuka, Chamisa chete chete, Gapinde hake mkomana. Voterai mkomana. kana movota mugovhoterawo chamisa yawo kana movota yawo kana movota kana movota yawo kana movota apinde voterai apinde voterai wo apinde voterai apinde harawa dzakambozama kukiyakiya asi kutonga nyika hakudikiya mukomana ndianekiya yelo yasvika panyaya dzatu ya Citizen Coalition for Change, New Great Zimbabwe, one people, one nation, one vision. Simuka Zimbabwe, simuka chamisa chete chete ngapinde hake mkomana apinde voterai